Well, good morning all you lovely people. Welcome back to Stevo Runs, the channel created for like-minded people looking to become fitter, healthier people. If that sounds like you, hit the red subscribe button below. Let's go on running journeys together. Wow, what a beautiful morning. The weather is on the turn in the UK, where autumn is setting in. It's sunny, but it's fresh, nice cool breeze. To me, the most perfect running conditions. Still warms up in the afternoons, but all good. This is how we like it. So, all positive vibes today. Everything's going great. Got a bit of a turnaround since the last video. I was feeling pretty stressed about it all. So, I'm going to explain what's going on, and hopefully it's all good news from now. Don't you go anywhere, stay with me. Right, so we are back in the game, it seems. Positive vibes only here at the moment. Since my last video, which I got some great advice off people to get into a better frame of mind and whatnot, and do you know what? He's exactly right. I was feeling stressed about my injuries, my ankle, the tendinopathy that I think is there. Not tested by a doctor, but it's definitely that. And the knee pain, the IT band pain I've been suffering, it's definitely them. The symptoms are so those injuries, and it'd fit perfectly for me having the flat feet and trying to up the mileage and whatnot. So, but it would seem that the active recovery is working. I made the mistake of stopping on holiday and letting them rest. What I should have done is looked more into it. I've had injuries before that I've tried to run through and they've got worse. But some injuries at certain points have to be run through to keep the blood flowing to the injuries. It's just a certain way you've got to do it. So here's what I've been doing so far to help with those. I'll do a more extensive video once I know I've got rid of them completely, because I don't want to go jinxing myself. But here's what's happening so far that's making me feel more positive than ever that I'll be able to run in London in 2 weeks' time. Okay, so we've got given some great exercises from Nikki, a lady I know who's a PT. Showed me some brilliant stretches for my knee. My ankle one wasn't existent when I got shown them, but I've been doing them every day since. I don't even know the name of the exercise, but you lay on your back, you cross your leg over your knee, and you're pushing in, so you're stretching the muscles along your hip and your bum, and that's really stretched out beautifully. I've also been using the little ball to roll on. I do use the foam roller too, but I'm finding this ball is sort of far more effective at getting pinpointing into the spots that are tight, because it's the tight muscles at the top that are causing the issues in your knee. I didn't know that. You learn something every day. This is meant to be. So I've been digging right in there with the ball daily, but not just daily, but before I actually leave on these runs, and it has made the world of difference. Like literally, since I've started using the ball on that muscles before I leave for the run, I'm not feeling it in my knee as I go. So I suspect that the muscles were tight there in the first place, and that's what suddenly brought on the pain in my knee. This was also confirmed by the legendary ultra runner John Stocker, who happily lives in our little town. Who could believe it? He's a sports physiotherapist and a legendary world record ultra runner. I've gone on about him before, but I'm still happy he's here. So I went to see him through the week, and he confirmed that the muscles are tight on that side compared to this side. So it all makes sense to why that injury's happening. But he can't feel no problems in there, and he's happy that it's sort of fading away. So stretching before I go, that's good. ankle, not so much you could do. Stretching out the calf before you go. Make sure you warm up properly. You're using a little band to strengthen your ankle various ways. Again, I will show you all when I get time to make a video of exactly how to do these exercises. It's been very helpful. In general strength training, your legs, your core, getting it done 2 to 3 times a week if you can. But I've been sort of specifically working on my feet and my legs and my glutes and that recently, just trying to get them away, and it's been working. So as for running, I kind of just follow the pattern I always do anyway. Going a little bit less. I shortened my miles to work from 5 to 4. I lowered the intensity somewhat. You know, sometimes they're 9-minute miles. I've been going long runs at 10-minute miles. Stuff like that. So making sure you're not putting any pressure on. Anything you can do to not aggravate these injuries means they're actively sort of going away in the background as you keep training. Sounds counterproductive, but it's not. It's absolutely the way to do it. So fingers crossed, I'm hopefully out of the woods here. I don't want to tempt fate, but I'm not feeling those injuries. If I do feel them, they waft in for 1 minute and they waft out, which is not what I call aggravating. I've not had to stop, I've not had to get picked up, I've not had to walk home. I've done 18 miles, 18 and a bit miles last week as a long run, and it felt great the whole way around. And suddenly the positivity has just come back to me. And for everyone to say, you know, to get into a better headspace, you're exactly right, as I said, and that's what I've been doing. So 2 weeks today, 9 o'clock, we'll be on our way across London to find the start line for the London Marathon 2022. I'm not kidding. Up to about last weekend, I've had serious doubts as to whether I'm going to be able to even do it without knackering myself even more, because the injuries were so persistent, not going anywhere, that I was worried I was going to be able to participate and have to leave it to Mike. But how things could change once you get into the right mindset and do the training properly, take the advice of people, and get yourself feeling confident that you're going to make it round. I do feel confident I'm going to make it round now. The aim is still to get round without stopping. Me and Mike are still going round together. We'll help each other round. We both had little injuries, little niggles, but we're both feeling good that we're going to make it now. And we made a whopping £4,000 for our charity, the Meningitis Foundation Research. An amazing amount of money for an amazing cause. And I'm going to take London as a perfect opportunity to get over the mental barrier of completing a marathon without stopping. After the first one, where I had to walk and hobble and limp for the last sort of 6-7 miles. So if I could do that, that is job done. Great training, ready for Brighton next year, and ready for the race I'm most looking forward to, the 100k Ultra on the South Downs race to the King. Should have worn my leggings. Ouch. Should have worn my leggings. Prickles. And the great thing is, as well, to help with this, which I think is helping with these injuries now, is that I've worn in the orthotics. I've got them in now. I feel like I've done it properly. When I first got them, it was such an alien thing in my shoe that it was rubbing, giving me blisters and whatnot. And the doctor said to take them out if it's doing that, they're not right for you. But I started to sort of gradually wean them in by wearing them at work, wearing them for short runs, whatnot. And now I've got them in these shoes. You see them? I've got them inside there, and do you know what? I don't even know I've got them on. I can't feel them. They're just like a normal insole now. So that's great. Maybe that's helping with the ankle and the over aggressive overpronation of my foot, which is sort of maybe bringing those injuries on. So with a bit of luck, they've been doing their job, and we'll see on the next doctor visit what they think about that. So for training this week, it's been good. Everything's been sort of light and short, 6 miles or so. Today's about 7 or 8 miles. So topped me up about 32, 33 miles for the week, which is great. Injury free is the main thing. You'll be with me again tomorrow. I'll take the camera out for my long run. The longest run is done last week, 18. Tomorrow will be sort of half marathon, 15 miles or so, to start me off on the taper. But everything's gonna be low intensity. I've done nothing hard, nothing to risk any twinges in my ankle, in my knee. Keeping it all at bay is the goal. And John, the physiotherapist, said the same. Just all we got to do now is get to the race injury free. All the fitness I've done for the last God knows how long, it's all been base building, and it's all come down to this. My fitness didn't disappear much after holiday, after stopping. I slowed up a little bit, but generally my body feels like it's conditioned, ready for this marathon. All I've got to do now is hope that the strength training and everything's paid off to keep those injuries away and make my legs feel strong enough to get round without all the cramps and all that, and getting the nutrition right on the day, which I've been working on. So that is it for me today. I'll speak to you again tomorrow on the long run. Thank you for joining me, and remember to hit the red subscribe button below. There's a dog, hope it's not loose. And I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for joining me. Stevo runs.